Hi my friends and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I will show you how to make an emotional progressive house drop by remaking Martin Garrix song Together. If you want to know what you need to produce a track like this, stay till the end and make sure to subscribe to my channel. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The basis is always a good idea, which includes melody, chords, and bass line. Martin has done this already for us. It sounds like this. After this, the next step is to create a wide and airy lead. You can achieve this by layering multiple sounds which are different in attack, tonality, and so on. I went for these. Mixing-wise, you need a bit of compression, a low cut at 200 Hz, a transient shaper to put the lead on top of the whole song, a lot of reverb linked to a peak controller, some stereo separation tool, and kickstart at an amount of maximum 60%. Once it's processed, our lead sounds like this. Now we need synth chords to support the melody. They have to be decent in the background, so we have to choose presets which are not too aggressive. After the standard mixing effects like OTT, reverb, and stereo separation, let's cut a bit of the high end to make room for the leads. For sidechain, I recommend the classic chain at around 80%. Let's have a listen. As the carrying instrument, let's add a mid-bass. It's important to have a full low-mid frequency sound and also a bit of grittiness, but not too much. I layered these two silent presets. To make them a bit more distorted, I went for fast dist and wave shaper. Tweak them just a tiny bit. To place them right in the mix, low cut at around 100 Hz and set a high cut at around 1k Hz. Draw a round end, because otherwise you will miss some frequencies. For sidechain, I always use the mids chain, which is a bit heavier than these we've used on leads and chords. Processed, the mid-bass sounds like this. Another really important element is the sub-bass. You can grab a simple sine wave from Silent, Serum, or whatever. Just like this. You need just two effects for this, and high cut, to make sure the sub doesn't interfere with higher elements, and a kickstart with the sub-bass chain preset to have a clean interaction between sub and kick. Because you want to have the sub pumping right into your chest area, make it mono by turning this knob to the right side. Now it sounds like this. That's the foundation, which covers already the whole frequency spectrum. Now let's add some things to make it sound fuller and groovy. For example, this piano, which consists of the Nexus Clara piano and the Diamond Jazz piano from the True Pianos library. As for all the elements before, you have to cut a bit of the high end and everything under 100 Hz. To enhance the lead sound, I chose some plucks and guitars. Cut all the low end, because this should be only a background layer to have more attack. The rest is just finding cool samples or other sounds, like strummed guitars, piano ARPs, drone pads, etc. I added these, but very quiet in the background. So, now let's jump to the drum section. A powerful kick with not too much low end is perfect for progressive house. Then, add some drop claps, some rides, and to bring in more groove, cut a crash sample into the rhythm of our melody. Just like this. Next, a shaker loop at low volume and some flp-file samples, but you can keep it simple, don't overdo it. To add more energy to the song, we need FX like downlifters and risers. To have a constant energy level, you can shorten a sample like this and play at every bar. So, these were all the elements of the drop. Let's have a short look at the build-up section and all the effects I used for this. Slowly fade in the synth chords, pianos, mid and sub bass and the piano arpeggio. Some elements you only need to hear in the drop, on this way you create much more impact and power. As said, fade them in with a filter and make sure to have no sidechain going on. Draw an automation like this for every element. In the second part of the build-up, we can use impacts, risers and drum rolls to build tension. All together sound like this. Don't forget the snare fill before the drop hits and add some claps and crash samples for an uplifting effect. To improve your build-up, follow these 3 automation rules. First, endless smile. Draw a curve like this and make sure to have not the full amount. Secondly, EQ automation. Because the drop is full of bass and we want a big difference between drop and build-up, take out almost everything of the low end as the build-up comes to the end. Last but not least, volume automation. Draw a curve like this, just reduce the volume a little bit, only 0.05 decibels or similar. I promise, your drop will hit much harder. The basic mastering effects I always use are a limiter, in this case Ozone 10, and OTT at around 8% to glue everything together and some stereo imaging tool to make the low frequency area more mono and the high frequency stereo. So guys, now we're at the end of this video. I hope you liked it and learned some new cool tips. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and now let's listen to the final result.